Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's video, we are going to go over the Hut Champs player choices that you can make with Hut Champs collectibles in NHL 23. Now, if you are a competitive player or you're able to hit a certain win ranking in Hut Champs, it can be extremely valuable throughout the entire course of the season. The rewards that you get from these collectibles are extremely beneficial, and they can really carry your entire lineup. So in this video, we're going to go over all of the reward options, including the first week players that you can create, and see if they're worth making. As always, guys, if you enjoy the video, make sure you click like and subscribe if you haven't already. Let's get into it. The first thing we're going to do, guys, is take a look at the Hut Champs rewards and the sets that are available to you, okay? So these are the things that you're going to be able to use Hut Champs collectibles with, and depending on what win rate or what win ranking you get to, depends on how many collectibles you're going to receive. Just as a basis, 11 is usually the target you want to at least get to, if you're able to, obviously, is that is going to give you 5 collectibles, and that's kind of the baseline. If you're able to get that every week, you're set up pretty much all season long. So let's take a look at what these collectibles do. I'm not gonna lie, the best one is this first option, the power-up collectible. It is a 1-for-1 trade. So if you have a lot of X factors on your team, power-up icons, a lot of that, this is why I've said since the beginning of this year, if you can get to 11 wins in champs, you can pretty much have as many icons and X factors as you want, because you're able to trade in 1 power-up collectible, or 5, if you are able to get 11 wins each week, for 5 weekly power-up collectibles. Now, as the season goes along, it's gonna get a lot more difficult to keep up, because you are going to need, 2 to 4 to even 5 or 6 to go up 1 tier. But early on, if you have, let's say, Dylan Larkin, for example, that costs 1. If you want to upgrade Connor McDavid, that is going to cost a couple more. But instead of spending 25,000 coins to make them, you can get them for free from playing Hut Champ. That is the best thing to do with your Champs collectibles. Let's talk about the other options here. So there are a few pack options. You can go with the Elite Pack for 1, Mega Players Pack for 2, as well as the Jumbo Elite Pack for 2, Jumbo Elite Players, the Ultimate Pack, and the Ultimate Choice Pack. Honestly, since we're so early on in the year, the Ultimate Choice Pack, if you're not going to use power-up collectibles, is actually pretty huge, because there is not a lot of high-end options in the pool available for you, so you're going to be able to pull something, even if you get an 85 and above, that still has quite a bit of value early on in the game, so that isn't a terrible option. But I'm not going to lie, even if you have a lot of X factors, there haven't been a lot of updates since the beginning of the year. There haven't been a lot of cards that have unlocked their next tier, only really a handful, like Connor McDavid, Roman Josi, to name a few. But the other thing that you're able to do is the exclusive Hut Champions power-up. So with 1 collectible, you're able to make a choice of either Curtis Glenncross, Brian Bellows, or Cred Ludwig. That is the first week of Hut Champs player items that you can choose from. So let's go ahead and take a look at these three cards and see if they're worth upgrading. All right, so our first option is the 84 Brian Bellows. So it will cost 1 to create the card to get you the 84 in your lineup, and then another 1 to get him to 85, another 2 to get him to 86, another 2 for 87, and then another 2 to his 88. So you're looking at 6, 7 to get him up, 8 in total. So again, if you can get 5 in a week, you're able to get him at least to his 86 range, and then you'll be close to that next one. But I think this week, specifically, there are some options, because like I said, there isn't a lot of X factors that have been upgraded where you need to spend the power-up collectibles on them. So we'll take a look at some of these cards and if I think they're worth it or not. So 88 overall, Brian Bellows, left winger, 5'11", with 89 speed, 88 acceleration, does have spark, so he can get to 90 acceleration, and protector, which I think is a very, very good defensive synergy as well. Close quarters is phenomenal. Make it snappy. There's just no way to quantify it, guys. I know there's some people out there that swear by it. There's no way to see if it's any different. I've never noticed any shot that's different with it. Schneip, even Schneip, I fire low far side a lot with Pasternak on my no money spent team, for example, and I'm just not noticing it any more than what I would a normal player. He's got 92 wrist shot accuracy and power, which is great. His hand stats are a little mediocre, but his body checking at 94 with both synergies activated. Good defensively as well. You could technically play him at center. This isn't bad, but he's a very defensive forward, and I don't think the cost to upgrade him outweighs the fact that you're getting a defensive forward when there's some other options available. The other option is the 84 Craig Ludwig, and this is the left-handed version of White Cloud, essentially. So same cost to upgrade him. Gold stick him up, guys, is one of the best abilities in the game, especially for defensemen, and then he's got shutdown as well, which paired together makes him just such a force when defending the blue line or getting the puck back in your own zone. He's got Magician and Bombarded, 2 abilities, synergies that I'm just kind of on the outside on. If you've watched my synergy video, I explained why. But 87 speed, 87 acceleration. The only thing here is that that's fine right now, but it will be replaced very quickly. So defensively, he's phenomenal. Like, there's no way around it because of his abilities. He's essentially like a slower, bigger version of Duchesne, the team builder. While he does have a lot of value, again, for him, I don't think it's worth doing just because I think it'll be replaced pretty quickly. However, Curtis Glenncross, I think, has some play, and I'll explain why. He's 6'1", 197, so he has good size. Applesauce and well-rounded, you're probably not going to activate. So what you're left with is 90 speed, 90 acceleration, and 90 balance, which is great. He's got high 80s, low 90s shot, 87 hand stats across the board. So again, he's not going to be Johnny Gaudreau, but he's very good defensively at 93 body checking. There's a lack of fast players that have the ability to knock pretty much anyone off the puck. And when you combine the fact he's got truculence, that is huge. So just having truculence alone gives him a big benefit. I honestly think, guys, if you've got a lot of Hut Champs collectibles, let's say you got to 11 wins or even more, I think that right now, Curtis Glenncross is worth making. The rest of the season, I mean, I'll go over it every week when there's new cards. Using the power-up collectibles with your Hut Champs collectibles is going to be the play, but I think right now you can get away with making Curtis Glenncross, and you've got a great left-handed defenseman that's going to absolutely crush people. Like, if you can't afford to make the Keith Tkachuk team builder, this is a great option because it gives you a really legitimate, like, just banger to get the puck back and hold on to it really well. And big tipper, I've been all about, like, the set play for tip shots, and this just makes him even slightly better. I'm not big on activating because I don't think it really does anything on top of it, but it's there. But Curtis Glenncross, I think, is worth making. All right, guys, so I hope this helps with Hut Champs, helps explain the rewards a little bit. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one.